Hello all, this is Teddy Mindwe, and today we're gonna start a new Minecraft mod pack. The mod pack today is Project Sacrifice. I have played this mod pack a little before. It uses the Blood Magic mod, uses the Biomancy mod, and a few other fun magic related mods. Um, as you can see, I've done a few um, partial runs before, and so yeah, I'm gonna create the world and I'll see you when I load in. And we are now loaded into the world. As you can see, it is a Skyblock like mod pack, but unlike other Skyblock mod packs where you start with a little island with possibly some dirt, grass, a tree, this one you just start out with a blood altar and some blank runes. So we have a whole setup to start blood magic right off the bat. Um, this mod pack does also have a quest book, um, and so we'll start with that. Ooh. The ritual begins. The grind begins. You got the dagger, and what now? When you shift right click on a blank rune, you will get basic essence and blood, which are key components to start the pack. So this gives us the starting parts of the pack, including sacrificial knife, which is used to fill the blood altar, uh, sanguine santinum, book all about blood magic, and we can read through that in just a moment. A temp pad, which I actually am not sure what this does, but we'll find out, I'm sure. A backpack and nutrient bars. So our starting food source. And our next goal is dirt essence, the first essence of many. So we have to get some dirt essence and some stone essence. And we can get it by several means, but for us it'll be shift right clicking on a blank rune with a sacrificial knife. Um, and I'm assuming it's the same for the stone essence. Yes, it is. So we got to start out. We can we can put this on. Uh, I saw I got an achievement for the temp pad. Let me see what that's all about. Oh, obtain he who remains temp pad. City at Citadel at the end of time. A temp pad for all time. I do not know what a temp pad is for. Temp pad. Attune with any portable energy source, i.e. batteries. Interesting. Oh, action list, select program. Okay, it looks like it might be a teleport option. So that will be useful later, but not now. Uh, but in the Sanguine Santinum, alchemical wizardry. Welcome to blood magic. A lot of stuff isn't yet implemented, so please excuse our dust. Please click here to get started. If you find any bugs, please report them. So, blood magic has multiple different tiers, and you can't make certain things without getting to certain tiers. So, to get the better armor, weapons, stuff later in the mod pack, you have to get higher tiers of blood altars. Um, and they take more amount of blank runes um, and such, but we'll get into that a little later. Um, as you can see here, there's also the alchemy table, which is used to make different items. Alchemy arrays, um, Hellforge, which is I believe used for making the armor and weapons I was talking about earlier. Tier 2, we will get a Dagger of Sacrifice, which means we don't have to hurt ourselves to fill the blood altar. We can sacrifice other creatures to do so. Potion crafting, tier 3, looks like create some basic rituals in living armor. Dungeoneering at tier 3. Tier 4, we'll look at ritual tinkering. The demon realm at tier 4, and tier 5, which gives you access to everything else. And then tier 6, which is probably doesn't exist in this. I personally have only made it up to tier 3 before, so hopefully this playthrough will get far enough that we can do that. So as you can see here, there's different runes. We can use these to augment our things, so we don't just have the blank runes that are around the side. They actually have some sort of effect. For example, acceleration here um, increases the time um, to do stuff. So it doesn't take as long to turn a iron into something else. Um, there's also like the runes of capacity, which give a flat plus 20% um, addition to the amount of blood you can have in your altar. Um, the most important ones to us early on are going to be um, where is it? Rune of capacity for the extra space, and one and self-sacrifice, which gives us more blood um, per um, per thing that we do. Also goods the augment, which is a multiplicative 7.5% per rune. So it counts the capacity runes and then adds the augment capacity runes, but that's going to be further down the line. So let's get started. We can I like to set up my inventory in a certain way. So as you see there, we get stone essence and dirt essence, while also filling this with life essence. But as you can see in the top, the amount of life essence in here is going down. So we can't keep it in here forever. I think there is a way to keep it in here, but that's probably with a capacity rune or something else that we don't quite have yet. But now we have a quest done. No rewards for this one, but it does lead into us being able to make dirt, gravel, and cobblestone. Dirt is just 4 dirt runes. Gravel is just 2 stone, 2 dirt. And cobble is probably just 4 stone. Um, and if I, yeah, so it gives 8 stone per. So that's pretty good. And we can also make andesite here using gravel and cobble, and that will lead into create, which before we can do really um, much of anything, we do have this line to do up to, looks like, tier 3 altar. Um, we then combine this. This'll looks like allows us to get a furnace. Yes, because the furnace recipe was changed in this. So we need to go through create to get some of the basic resources, um, down through altars to get down to a furnace. Um, and also to do that, we have to go up and do seared bricks, do a smeltery. Um, then at that point, we'll also be able to go down and start into biomancy, which biomancy I have never really done before. I think when I played this previously, I got to this bone cleaver section and then stopped. So biomancy is entirely new to me, and it looks like at the end of that we will get to diamonds, which is really cool. And then on the side there is several different parts to this, um, which um, which looks like it stems off of diamonds and goes down into the sentient sword in Bloodcraft, goes down to a tier 4 altar. Um, and then go down here. This will looks like it culminates in a tier 5 altar, uh, learning how to make several different high-end resources and such like that. Um, then looks like getting into um, some the end here and some quite advanced stuff. And then of course we go into the world breaker and some of these ridiculous crafting stuff. Will we get here? Maybe. We'll have to see how long I uh, end up playing this mod pack and how much you guys enjoy it. Looks like we do have Project E. We've got a whole armor list here, um, which helps lead us in the right direction. Um, okay, it looks like we combine helmets up to all the armor pieces up to dragon. That is some very high-end stuff that we don't need to go and look at right now, but good to know what's coming in the future. So at this moment, I think I'm just going to start expanding the platform, and also uh, start gathering resources. And I think I'll time lapse this and get back once I'm comfortable with the size of our area, and maybe looks like we'll probably dip into trees, make it a little bit easier. So we'll see how long that takes. All right, and we're back. Uh, so I extended out the platform a little bit. Don't need too much space at this beginning. We can always extend it more with wood and such later, but since we're right on the cusp of wood, I did go ahead and make some gravel just to have that checked off. But wood essence. Wood essence looks like there's a few different ways, either wood seeds, seed reprocessing, so putting seeds in reprocessor, putting dirt in a blood altar using 30 LP, growing seeds, using this Astelia Inculus on oak log or oak sapling. We obviously don't have that. And tag. I don't know what this is about. So, looks like our only way at this point is doing dirt in the blood altar, which, as you can see, we have about 3 buckets, which each bucket is 1,000 LP. So, um, looks like some life essence does stay in, which is nice. But we now have wood essence. But to make any wood, it's different stuff. We're just going to make basic oak at this point. But some of this stuff won't be obtainable to us, possibly ever. But some other stuff like the crimson stem, warped nylium, warp stem, um, we need to use nether essence for. Um, but we won't. We're gonna start with oak, and we can do some of the other wood types in the future when we don't when we want to start building stuff. But it's 3 wood essence. I actually do not know if it has to be that we can craft it somehow because we don't have a crafting table yet. So let's get our 3 and check it out. Also, another thing about this is you cannot collect with a full hand, so you do have to have an empty hand to collect. Interesting. Now, how do I... Ah, there it is. 4 wood essence makes me a crafting table. So now I can start doing the 3x3 crafting. Good thing I made that extra one. Alright, we have enough here to make 32 logs, which is a good amount of wood for the start of this. And this does give us the flute. Ooh, cool. Oh, I could sit here and listen to that all day. But let's get back to progressing through this mod pack. So water wheels, drawers. We can also go up here and do rocky dirt. Let's craft some rocky dirt just to get the quest out of the way here. And let's see. Blank slate, which is used for a lot of bloodcraft stuff. Here, let me... It's used to make the blood altar itself in other mod packs and such. Used for speed runes. It's used to make blank runes, which blank runes are used for every other kind of rune. So, blank slates are very useful. And it looks like we make them using rocky dirt, using 100 LP. So let's get ourselves to the point of that. Need our nutrient bar, which we are almost... I've had 10 nutrient bars so far, so we're gonna need to figure out a food source fairly quickly here. And so now it wants us to make a blank rune. And blank runes are blank slates, any kind of blood orb, which we do not want to make an Archmage's blood orb. We want to make a basic blood orb. Not ord, orb. We want to make a weak blood orb, which is 5,000 LP and coagulated blood. As you may have seen, I do have some coagulated blood because I was getting flesh bits and I didn't want to waste the life essence in here. So let's get up to 5,000 blood essence. Just short here. Cool thing about this, the blood orbs, is you can use the higher tier blood orbs can be used for the lower tier things. And hold up, I gotta... Okay, any kind of... Let's see if this works. Nope. What do I need? Oh, I don't know what I need. Looks like we have to have polished stone if we're going that route. But it looks like I can use andesite. So andesite uses alternating cobble and gravel. So let's... Let's make a bunch of gravel here. And we'll grab a stack of andesite. And then we can put the andesite in here. Cool thing about this is we do not use up the blood orb. So now I have 3 blank runes. I do need a lot more blank runes though. I need 20 runes of any kind and 4 glowstone to upgrade to the next tier. If I go into our book here, go to Blood Altar. Blood Altar is the central block of the mod, able to convert raw blood into pure life essence. While it may start off small and insignificant, its strength and size grows through the mod, acting as a cornerstone for most of your power. So this is the Blood Altar. They do have this cool feature of you can basically figure out where you want to place it, and you can set that. We won't need it for, so tier 1 is just the blood altar itself. So we already have a tier 2 blood altar, which is on this next few pages. So this describes how you would normally make the sacrificial knife, and then how to make the blank runes. And then here's a tier 2, which, as you can see, lines up perfectly with what we have. So this mod pack gives us the tier 2, so that's a lot of grinding we don't have to do. But here is the tier 3. So, hold up. Visualization. Set this here. So, as you can see, we need quite a few more blocks. We need runes down below. We need pillars. The corners are not filled with runes, but we need pillars up from them, and then glowstone or some sort of light block on top here. Glowstone is going to be the easiest for us to get. And I might, throughout this, move this up. We'll have to see what I end up doing, because if we go in the book here, we can go and look at 4, which adds on another layer, which uses, I think these are compressed bloodstone bricks, adds more runes, and then tier 5, which adds even more, another row, a lot of blocks, and I believe those in the corners are hell iron or something like that. Let's see if I can find what that block is called. Right here. Hell Forged block. Which I won't go into the details on how to make it, but it is going to take a lot of effort to make a tier 5. But our current goal is a tier 3, which is just a few more blocks on the sides here, some pillars, and some glowstone. So, just so that's not in our way, we are going to, we can't continue into the tier 3 until we have glowstone, and glowstone we have to go through a lot of create stuff. So, we are going to get into create by doing the andesite alloy, but that will be next episode. Thank you for joining me for Project Sacrifice episode 1, and I'll see y'all next time.